Yo, what up? Welcome to Mo Boxing No Problem. I'm Jose Ramirez Jr. and I'm joined alongside Tim from Skywalker Boxing Media, also repping Team Mo Boxing. And we got a special guest with us today. We got pro boxer Brook Sibrian. How's it going, Brook?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you so much.
Glad to hear it. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been about 8 months since we had you last on. How you been since then?
Good. Active, staying busy, and thankfully healthy. So, all good things.
Yeah, health is definitely the most important. Awesome. And then, Brooke, we saw that for your last camp, you got the opportunity to, work with the, legend of the sport of boxing, Chocolatito. You were, in his camp. How was that experience?
It was like a movie. I was like, why am I here? Why is this happening? But I'm gonna embrace it and go all in, obviously. And at the same time, also accept that there is a reason why I'm here, right? And just go for it. The way that it kind of all happened was pretty crazy. Within 3 weeks, we got the opportunity. Mind you, I had already been in camp for a different date, but it just the team made it happen, and of course I accepted. And then we got there, and it was I didn't know what to expect, even though I should have given it to him. But like because I know him on such a personal level as well, like I kind of forgot. So fight week was was a whole different experience that I think was truly special, but also gave me some experience um, and I guess motivation to keep going because that's what I want to experience for myself in the future. And obviously, being a Manawa after so many years that he hadn't been there to fight was pretty extraordinary. And then the other element was having my family there. That was their first time visiting Managua, Nicaragua, getting to know obviously the team as well, the country, and then seeing me live, you know, perform there was so special. So definitely, I actually just printed like so many pictures from the trip
Oh,
recently,
nice.
and I'm gonna like add them to my wall. So I'm one of those like I just want to see all of the memories and kind of use that as a constant reminder. But yeah, it was amazing.
I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, just seeing it from our end, just it looked just like such an awesome experience, and we're glad you got the opportunity to work with someone that's a pound for pound legend.
Yes.
Good. All right, we got a few live comments which I'll read here. We got Sports and Tunes. It's what up, my boxing fam? Sorry I couldn't make it today, but definitely visiting the gym soon, Brooke.
Nice.
Salute to David. And then we got Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz and More. Says salutes, brothers and sisters. Salutes, Bruce.
I don't know.
Bruce.
Awesome. Tim, you want to ask one of your questions?
Yeah. You have four pro fights. Who has been your toughest fight so far?
My toughest fight, huh? Um, I the fight itself has always well up to this point, right? But I mean, generally, I always say it's the best part, it's the fun part. Um, I think for me, I would answer that question saying that each camp leading to that fight had its own difficulties and challenges, and I think I don't know. It's surprising how you can face those challenges each and every time. And for me, those are the biggest battles, honestly. And I think that's why leading to the fight, I have success and I've been finding success and I've been able to enjoy them. So, but if I had to pick one that gave me maybe a little bit more, difficulty or maybe didn't go as expected was my pro debut. Um, and that's because it was a pro debut. Like I had visions of it in my and I had what I study, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. But then being the first fight, it's a whole different beast. And that one I actually ended up getting a hematoma in my left eye from headbutt.
Oof.
And so that was a like welcome to the pros kind
Yeah.
of moment. But it was all of them are really enjoyable, and again, like they've had their difficulties for sure.
Right.
Um,
And then you beat my friend Nakia Williams. I think it was in your second pro fight. You had your KO over her. Would you say are you is a win satisfying winning by KO or it doesn't matter for you?
A victory is a victory, and you enjoy them all. If you go the distance, there's so much value in that, because the rounds is where you get that experience. So I love that. Obviously, the fans, promoters, and everything love KOs, so there's also value in that. It's much harder, to get. So that also adds another element to that sweetness. But again, if you can have an earlier night, then that's also, cool too. And at the end of the day, we train to go the full rounds, and be ready for everything. So, I that's kind of more the focus. And shout out to Nikia. It was a great fight. So, and great experience for me. So
She just got her first win this weekend. So shout out to Nikia Williams. She got her
yes,
first dub, so she's happy.
that's awesome. And keep on riding on that momentum, and that's awesome to hear. Congrats.
Awesome. And then, Brooke, as you mentioned, you already kind of had to face some adversity in your boxing career, and we know in your third pro fight, you had to fight through a cut. It's the first time being cut as a pro. How was it fighting, with the cut, and did that change your game plan at all?
So that's actually an error on my box rec. It was the opposite. My
Oh,
opponent
your opponent was cut.
Yeah, and I think we're actually trying to get that fixed. But yeah, that was my opponent that got cut, from a punch. So I haven't experienced that, and I'm gonna say yeah because we got to be ready for everything. But I have the best cutman anyways. Shout out to Juan Ramirez, cutman for hire,
Nice.
always
Nice.
repping.
Nice. No, thank you for clarifying that for us, Brooke. All right. Let me read a few more comments from Auto 510. Says, what up to the panel? Prose is here. Shout out Prose. And then we got our good friend Mega Soto. Said, what's up, Brooke's dream? What's Brooke's dream fight? So what's your dream fight, Brooke?
My dream fight. I mean, it's gonna be with whoever gives me my first world title. I mean, so many things change. There's so many elements to it, and the more active we are, and everybody else is, the players can change. But we're focused on getting a world title, in the future. So whoever that is will be ready, and I'm excited for that one.
Awesome.
Great.
And then go ahead, Tim.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your last fight was a 4-rounder instead of a 6-rounder. What was the reason for that?
Yeah, so that was for a commission decision. We asked for 6, and it just didn't get approved. So it was either you don't fight or you just take the 4-rounder. So with 3 weeks notice, we just said, I mean, rounds are rounds. Let's go for it, and and that was why that happened.
Okay.
But we're for the next one and moving forward, we're gonna stick with the 6. Yeah. It's like once you do the 6, it's going back on. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I mean, to begin with, the 4-rounders felt like a blink of an eye, right? They went so fast, but definitely having the experience of going the 6 rounds, you're like, oh no,
Right.
not doing that one. So. I think you're muted, Jose.
Oops. And Brooke, we mentioned it before, but with 2-minute rounds, those just fly by. So
Even more so, yeah, for sure. I know
Awesome.
most people are like, they need to change to 3, which it's also good. I would love to do 3, but I know the question always comes up, like if people are for it. We all know women have the total capacity to do it. I mean, we're warriors, and we are capable of so much. It just comes down, I think, to being compensated equally. So
I agree. The compensation has to increase if they're going to increase the fight time.
yeah, and I think we can all. I mean, here you guys are obviously super knowledgeable. You guys, I mean, women, the experience obviously is elevating the performances are so much stronger. I mean, women are performing really well, so it's like on top of the fact that when they fight, it's fireworks and it's so entertaining. So it's just like why not kind of modernize it and go that route. But until then, I think we'll keep showing everybody what they're missing out on.
Well said. And Brooke, do you have a kind of fight date locked in for your next fight?
Yeah, we are preparing for October 4th. Just haven't been able to fully announce it. But we're in the gym, and getting anxious. It's almost here. It's flying by.
Nice. And will we be able to, watch? I know your fans want to see you fight.
Yeah, definitely. Even if it is through Instagram Live or YouTube or whatever, like we'll make it happen, and we always try to make a way for everyone to enjoy it and to have access to it. So stay tuned on my socials so that they can have that information.
Great to hear. And
Brooke, are
comment
you?
here. Go ahead, Tim.
I was gonna ask, are you signed with any promotion right now?
I'm not signed. I'm not signed to any promotion. But I am. My previous fight was with All Star Boxing, and the following one will also be with All Star.
Awesome. And then what brand of gloves do you like to fight in, Brooke?
So I have my last 3 fights. I fought in Kletos, and I've loved them, and I continue. I feel like I'll continue fighting in them, but I am open to trying other ones.
There's a reason he's asking you, because he's a man. He makes gloves, and a lot of his gloves are comparable to Cleto Reyes puncher gloves. So that's the reason he's asking. He's probably looking at you, maybe wanting to send you a care package.
Oh, I mean, so
That's
perfect.
a CEO. Yeah.
My comment about trying other ones was totally unplanned. I didn't know that he made other ones. So, but yeah, I support so many small business, other entrepreneurs. So I mean, everybody has the opportunity to make it. So, and I love supporting them. But yeah, I'm open. Because I haven't tried every brand. But recently they've been Kletos.
That's awesome. And Brooke, do you feel ready for a title shot now, or would you prefer to have maybe a few more fights on your belt before challenging for that world title?
I mean, regional title for sure, more in the near future. Because like I said, I just had my first 6-rounder, and then didn't get the second one. So, but I think regional title for sure. And then within the next 3, 4, go title. Yeah.
I was gonna tell you, Brooke, the WBA Reggie, for junior flyweight, she only has 4 fights. She's 4-0, and you got Evelyn Bermudez with both straps in the division. I believe both girls, the WBC champ and the other unified champion, Evelyn Bermudez. They have about 30 fights. You know what I mean? But hey, I mean, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Obviously, I don't make those calls. I just do my job, prepare, and whenever my team says, this is the right move for me, then we do it. I think a fighter is always, confidently enough to just say, they're ready for anything when it's time. But again, that's why we have a team. And I believe in mine wholeheartedly. And so and ultimately too, like, this is also, like I mentioned, like getting the experience. And as an amateur, that's what was one of our mottos, was like chasing the rounds, because I started, at 27, a little later. I don't have the years of experience, but by trying to get as many rounds in fighting often and having that activity kind of like makes up for that lack of, right. And so, but ultimately, yeah, it's a team effort, team decisions. And I also believe God makes opportunities for you when it's time. And so with that, I mean, I know when that will be. So
Have you ever watched film on the champions in your division, like Evelyn and?
Yeah, I mean, we're always watching, film, studying, obviously within my weight class, lower weight classes, higher weight classes. You just never know. But also too, we're just film buffs. Like, we love studying and just, getting ideas and and always finding ways to kind of enhance training and pushing the limit. So yeah.
Sweet. And then Brooke, maybe for the next question, maybe not so much to study them, but is there any boxing fights, kind of on the TV schedule that you're looking forward to watching?
Yeah, I mean, there's been some pretty awesome ones. I've loved waking up at 4:30 a.m. to watch Away recently with the cafecito. That was awesome. But obviously this weekend, which is really nice, we're gonna be watching the Canelo Berlanga card with my family. Just getting together and having some, a classic fight night. But yeah, we've been so Berlanga. Like obviously, I have my money on Canelo. But recently I've been watching more of the Berlanga interviews and things like that, and he's growing on me. And I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna be exciting. So definitely that's on our radar for this weekend.
Most definitely. Can't miss a Canelo fight week.
Yeah.
All right, Tim.
Brooke, how does it feel to know that you're inspiring women in and out of the ring? How does that feel being a role model?
Oh man, it makes me. More recently, I've been experiencing those moments where, like, when I'm speaking to other women, whether they're my age or older or younger, and they like tell me that, because it's one thing to kind of like, you kind of get a sense like, oh wow, they enjoy being around me or they ask to train with me, but then when they come forth and say those words and that you're my idol or you inspire me or you give me motivation, those, I mean, I know it sounds really corny and it like, makes my heart kind of warm and it gives me like that fuzzy feeling, but it's also like this empowerment where it's like it motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing. Obviously, don't get me wrong, I myself am still going through my own self-discovery journey and I don't have it all figured out and I'm still, like so young in my career. But at the end of the day, like those comments are signs that I'm doing the right thing, I'm on the right path, and just to keep grinding harder and staying true to it, consistent with it. And I think obviously I don't put too much pressure on me on myself, but it does I mean have a lot of power. And again, it's a motivation to keep putting myself in those situations where people can get something positive from. And it challenges me too, because sometimes I like to be in my own little world and like do my own thing, because you get lost in it or it's exhausting or you're going through it. But it's a reminder, like, you have to share your story, you have to make time for other people and also share your knowledge or share your feelings. And it's a two-way street, right? So those are also like when I hear that, it reminds me of, okay, I'm in this position for a reason and I'm going to do my part, because you never know, it could mean the world to them, right? Or it could change their world, and or for that moment or for longer, you don't know. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. So I'm really grateful for everybody that's shared it with me, because I know that's also a big deal. And just know that I am doing everything I can to keep making you all proud and continue making you feel that way about me.
Yeah, paving the way for the future. That's what it's all about. And final question we got for you, Brooke. It's not really a question now. It's more opening up the floor. What's a message you want to send to your friends, supporters?
Oh, my friends and supporters, and everybody in between. I just want to thank you all for all the positivity, for the support in so many ways, right? And also to just a reminder to do something every day that makes you feel alive, because a lot of people and that are those, they don't fight, they don't box, they're not training, right? But everybody's fighting their own fight, and everybody is also trying to make it ahead in life. But just do stuff that makes you feel alive, right? Like, and I say that because the things that are more scariest, right, or the things that are hard, or the things that demand more from you, are gonna make you feel that way. And I think that is ultimately like what I feel every single day doing this, and I think it's super valuable. So I encourage everyone to do that, to lean into that, and to find your tribe. You know, surround yourself with people that are super positive and that are gonna lift you up higher, because that's what they are to me. And yeah. Just keep
Great
going.
message. Great message. We'll end on that high note then, Brooke. Again, thank you so much for joining us and talking some boxing. Always a
Yay.
pleasure.
No, thank you guys so much.
Pleasure meeting you. Wishing
Oh,
nothing
well,
but success.
we
Thank
can't
you.
wait for the next fight announcement. Before we let you go, Brooke, we have your Instagram scrolling here on the banner, but any other socials we can follow you?
I guess on Twitter as well. Mighty Brook Sibrian. I'm trying to get better at using it. But then obviously Instagram is my favorite and the most consistently updated. So you can find me there, and Facebook also Brook Sibrian.
Awesome. And also follow Mega Soto, because you'll see some Brooke exclusives there that Brooke will
More,
post. So.
yeah, more behind the scenes that you'll find on mine. Yes, true that. Thank you, Jose.
Awesome. All right. Well, no problem, Brooke. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.
You too.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.